At last, we've achieved what we have always been destined for. It was only a matter of time. We were staving it off, but Super Saiyan Luffy was inevitable, like the rising of the falling of the tide. You can't explain that, and yet it is true. All right, let's talk about one or two little updates real quick before we get into the chapter. Right over, where's it? My button. Where's my button? Fucking, where's my goddamn? But here's my button. There we go. Yayo, eternal reign with all the subs. Hey, thanks, buddy.
Easy money.
Thank you very much. a five cash register salute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now enjoy your emotes, such as what do they get? They get Praise Zoro. That is pretty good, right? Okay, we won't do it for each of those. I think Praise Zoro. I don't even know which ones the paid ones or not. The Shank. Now I know that the Shanks non-human detected. That's a classic. Let me post that one. Okay, there you go. All right. Before we jump into the chapter, I've got a little announcement. Lexius, my favorite Axe non-speaking role in Kingdom Hearts 3. I love that. Little announcement, everybody. What's this? Talking Pirates, 1,000 subscribers. Oh my God. Oh! Bruh. Oh my God, we did it. I will now make some amount of money. Hopefully, once they approve me for being, for being in the partner program. Yes, thank you. Yayo. It's a pleasure to be with you, as always, everyone. Okay, that's lovely. Thanks, everybody. And if you also want to subscribe, I know that there's a bunch of people who don't Jam Joe Marshall. I know there's a bunch of people who don't watch the stuff live. So, I mean, I guess you would already be seeing this on your thing. Nonetheless, I'll say, if you're on the Twitch, you just scroll on down from the page. You're all looking at this right now. Inception's happening. Just scrolling down. Here's a link to the YouTube channel, and here's a link to the Discord if you wish to join. So there you go. That's that. And now there was actually, hang on. I don't want to spoil this. Okay, no, I think it's fine. There was a poll that I will post the link to it in the chat again, which is, I'm not going to show the results just yet. So I asked a poll earlier today about the timing of the streams to see what everybody prefers. And I figured I'd ask the people here. There might be, but I'm sorry. Forgive me for being in light mode on straw poll. I do not have a account. I am behind on the BG monthly cast. I apologize. The good news is, Takudo, and for the other people waiting for it, I have backed up, or I have saved up a bunch of meaty topics, so I will get to it. I apologize. I'm close to 2 months now since the last one, but I'll do it soon. I got some juicy ones in there. I'm very behind. All right. Okay. You win. You're absolutely right. Right, so I was just going to say about this. It's 1:30 in Bong time, so earlier would be nice. Unfortunately, T, I have a little flexibility. I didn't think you were British. I thought you were, was I thinking of somebody else? Who's the guy? I met somebody in person in Baltimore. Oh, no, it's been so long, I totally forgot. Anyway, somebody can remind me of who that is. I know that's a guy who comes to the streams all the time. Oh, I forget the name. He's, wasn't he the guy who was my Heracross in the Nuzlocke? I can't remember. Anyway, I'm sorry. I got to get through this. Somebody can remind me if I forget.
That's pretty good, right?
Oh my God, 5 more subs. That's a
Easy money.
and a 5 sub salute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. All right. I'm never promising to read it live on screen. That's not something I want to commit to necessarily.
Good,
but
right?
I might be able to do them sooner. I want to meet you, but we got destroyed by COVID. Sorry about it, brother. Hey, in the future, I'm thinking in the future someday I'd like to do some kind of meetup type thing. I don't have any plans. Hopefully one day there will be an opportunity. But I've had some ideas. So we'll see how things go in the future.
Good, right?
Should I pay you on Substar or Patreon? I need to throw my money away. I would highly recommend that you pledge to the Patreon, specifically at the $5 rate, because that will get you the BGE monthly casts, which I think are actually good, and I put work into, as you saw with that Elden meme video. So many fucking subs coming. I'm getting distracted. Yeah, $5 on the Patreon or Subscribestar. Take your pick. I just have the Subscribestar one in case they nuke me one day for whatever reason. I'm a good boy. I didn't do nothing, but you never know. What was I saying? Something about Pledge on the Patreon or the Subscribe Star. Either way, you get the $5 stuff, which is you get in the credits of videos, and you get the BG Monthly Cast, which is a quality show. There you go. All right, there you go. Okay. So let me paste this link in the chat. Feel free to vote on this, people. You are here live. This impacts you more than anybody else. Here's the copy right here. I'm posting it in the chat. It's a link to this straw poll, which is about. I'll post the link in just a sec. What day you not the time, but the day that you prefer Talking Pirates. I'm really never free to do it until later in the day, so it's always going to be probably like a 7 or 8 p.m. type thing, Eastern Standard Time. So unfortunately, that can't really flex too much. However, I might be able to do it on Thursdays sometimes. People have already been voted. I posted in the Discord before, but I thought I would just put it here live as well. Because the chapters are sometimes come out on Thursdays, like early enough that I could still do it, and I have a chance to like read it at least once ahead of time. I mean, it takes like 10 minutes to read, you know. But there's so like sometimes I could do it on Thursdays. The thing is, they are not always out early enough on Thursdays. Like sometimes they come out 9 p.m. That is not enough time for me to get ready. I got shit to do, man. I can't commit to it. I think you might be able to duplicate votes if you like change your IP address. So do me a favor and don't do that. Just vote once, because it's just about, you know, determining what's best. So Thursday is like a maybe sometimes I could do it that time thing if it comes out early enough. Or the alternative is just do it Fridays every single time like we're doing right now. This is fine. And yeah, like then we don't have to worry about rescheduling for all you guys. It'll be super consistent. Like they're almost always available by Friday. And then there's just no need to worry about it, and it's super consistent. So I'm gonna post this right now into the thing right there. Vote. Here we go. Vote. All right, there you go. Feel free to vote right on that poll I just posted in the chat right there. And yeah, feel free to vote whichever way you want. Frankly, I see strengths for both. I'll say, like, the Friday thing is definitely easier for me. So, like, it has that advantage. But, frankly, I kind of like the idea of doing Thursday sometimes, too. So, like, I'm kind of torn as well, you know? So, I don't know. I don't know exactly which is the best. So, which is why I wanted to let you guys weigh in. And I think somebody else subbed. Let me just check their name. I want to make sure. Hang on. I missed it. What was it? Streamlabs. I forgot to open Streamlabs. Hang on. Log in on the Twitch. I think somebody did it independently of the like the 5 pledge type dudes. Where is that? Recent events. I think it was this dude. Was it Long Wool Coat? I don't know. Just say something in the chat. I'll look for it if I missed it. You know, what can you do? Anyway, feel free to vote. We will check in on the vote at the end of the stream, and I'll consider that like the cutoff point. So remind me so that we don't leave without checking it. Friday consistency. I mean, makes sense. Long Wool Coat, was that you, buddy? Thank you, man. Yayo. And I gotta give him the...
Easy money!
There it is. And of course, the obligatory...
Shut up, bitch!
Okay, all right. On we go. Here's time to talk about the actual chapter. Ikimasu. And I'm trying to remember this time. I don't like the ugly bottom of the screen thing. I can't see the tabs if I do this and make it full screen. Ooh, doesn't that look just nice and clean? Love that shit. All right, Goda or Hakta? All right, vote now in the chat ahead of time. Post Goda or Hakta? What chapter is it? Let's get the peanut gallery vote right at the beginning. Was this Hakta or was it Goda? Chapter 1046 Raizo. Who's it gonna be, ladies and gentlemen? That's a free emote. Okay, Hakta's making a strong showing. We're seeing a lot of 50-50 chads. Ooh, okay, Goda's got some response. We're seeing some Goda in the chat. He's looking good today. Oh, and a little bit of pretty good, right? Okay, pretty good chapter. Oh, we're looking split right down the middle on this one. We just don't know. We need like an obligatory vote at the beginning of each chapter. I need to make a straw poll every single new stream to determine is it Hakta or is it Goda. We know that Raizo is winning, obviously, but okay, let's find out for ourselves, shall we? Here, let's launch into it.
Yo ho ho, he took a bite of...
Not that. Not what you think it is. All right, here we go. Do a chat poll. Now, okay, maybe I'll do it next time, but for now, I think we voted with our legs here, shall we? I cannot believe Oda turned the action of flushing a toilet into a chapter. Thanks, Obama. Appreciate that. Okay, what's going on our titular page, or rather our cover arc page? Now, I got to tell you, the thing that I'm most fascinated by is what is going on here. What is going on right here in I don't think this guy has a name. I don't think he's a notable character. I think, okay, we're in Chocolate Town. Chocolate Bros, is this a pieces of like a Hershey bar? It's got to be, right? Because we're in Chocolate Town. I would love to know if there's deeper lore beyond what's going on here. What could the implications of this be? What can I learn? Is it possible that Oda planned this piece of chocolate being in this speech bubble since chapter 1? I think that there can be absolutely no debate that he definitely did. He definitely planned it since chapter 1, bros. It was there all along. Is he the chocolate mayor? Okay, but in terms of, okay, Germa 66, Cold-Blooded Voyage, blah, blah, blah. A pair of intruders on Pudding's turf, Chocolate Town. Right, okay. So, yes, Pudding rules Chocolate Town with an iron fist, which frankly seems a little bit too austere for her lowly place in the family, if you ask me. She's like the redheaded stepchild that you're like, oh, they've got so much potential. One day she'll awaken her 3-eye power and totally read the poneglyphs for me. So he'll give her obviously the MVP island, Chocolate Island. Does she really deserve it? I'm questioning her credentials right here live on stream. Get fucked, Pudding. Austere, thank you. I love you, Pudding. Please be my wife. Sanji rejected you. I'll take you. All right. A pair of intruders. Okay, we got 2 intruders. Who could they be? So mysterious. Who's the Vegeta? My initial instinct was to say Sanji. It's not. No, because they always win. The Vegeta is the guy who always hypes up, who preps the bull, as you were, before the main character takes him down. And I don't think there is one. I don't think there is one in One Piece. There's just not a great correlate for that. Like Sabo? I don't know. Sanji is a prince. That is true. Well put. Law is the closest. But Law always wins, you know? Well, like, he definitely was the Vegeta in the Doflamingo fight, right? That fits to a T, which I absolutely love to see.
I'm the Joker, baby.
The angry rival, manlet. Embarrassing. Actually, Luffy's kind of a manlet. Yeah, going with Law. Law fits to a T. Although Vegeta is based, Law is cringe, unfortunately. Okay, moving on. So these don't look like Germa shoes. Oda has been inconsistent with his shoe silhouettes in the past, so I don't know how much you can trust. However, the capes are very Germa looking. I think it's definitely Ace and Pedro. I think Ace and Pedro have arrived back. It just makes the most sense. I think Oda planned it since chapter 1, that Ace and Pedro, possibly Poundy Pussy, backing them up as their third man, is here to save them at the fight in this cover arc. It's Ace's second cover arc, guaranteed. It's Pell and Pedro. The Will of P is working hard here. Also Whitebeard, yeah, no doubt. They're Gin shoes. Probably Captain Kuro, we've been waiting for it. Maybe Captain Morgan, finally coming out of retirement. He's going to be here. The old axe hand himself. Yonju, I can't even remember which are the ones that weren't there. Whichever 2 of the ones weren't captured, like, just let's not kid ourselves. That's like obviously the most likely situation. If it's anything else, it's an intentional misdirect. And I'm still waiting for Katakuri. Still waiting for Katakuri to show up. I don't care about any other character in this shit. Germa is fairly cringe. They're kind of okay, mostly cringe. Didn't do that much interesting stuff. However, Katakuri is based. Blackbeard's crew, that would be something. Oh, it's Gaimon. Gaimon has definitely burst out of his chest. He is now super powerful, and Roger and Whitebeard have arrived to win One Piece. All right, that's enough. Let's move on. Now that we know that it's Roger, that's great. Oh, let's see what Oda has to say. Does he do this every week? Playing Pokemon Go helped me find an amazing park in my neighborhood. I had no idea there was such a big one in the area. Oda exploring with Pokemon Go? He just like me for real. He just like me for real. It's almost like he's normal. Scopper Bros. Scopper and Gaban, the two twin titans. They're coming, and it's going to be great. All right, let's get to the actual chapter. Here we go. The Hito Fruit Box Man model. That's definitely the one. Their Pokemon going to the polls, and I love every moment of it. Okay, now, when we last left our heroes, Luffy had literally ripped the brain out of Kaido's skull in one of the most graphic, controversial panels in One Piece history, and he just keeps getting away with it. I love to see it, personally. Okay, so Luffy is saying, what should I call that last move? Gum Gum, rip out Kaido's brain, and literally end the fight. Okay, so I was wondering, like, what do we infer from an attack that is breaking the rules of reality, right? Because that is what Luffy's powers now do. LKK happened, and Oda is retconning everything since then. I've been actually, what was the theory I said earlier in the Discord? I was saying that I think what's actually happening is that everything since Law's reintroduction, ever since Law was killed canonically by Doflamingo, everything New Piece since that moment in Dressrosa has simply been the moment of death of Law. We're seeing his perspective as that timeline has been stretched out to infinity, like the ending of American Beauty, you know? Like when Kevin Spacey died and he just saw infinity forever and he was like loving his daughter and his wife forever. They got stretched, exactly. He awoke in his brain. Luffy was nearby, you know? FF8, exactly. Time got compressed into American Beauty. And I think that all my criticisms are going to be explained. That would be peak fiction. See, there are some people who think that actually sounds fun and good, but we'll see. Of course, in that moment, we will come back when Law used his power to give, I don't know, that goat that Sengoku has hanging around immortality, because he's actually the real one. He's actually the real main character. Okay, so Luffy's, okay, so he's goofing, right? Now, just one note on this. One note on this. So I have seen people say, and I don't think it's totally unwarranted, that when we see this thing about, like, Luffy's like, what should I call that move? Gum Gum something? That some people be like, okay, Oda did this to us. Luffy questioning attack names. Luffy wondering how he should apply the name. I know, you see where I'm going with this already. If Luffy ever pulls out this Hito bullshit, it's gonna be curtains for me, Chief. It's that's gonna do it for me, champ. It's gonna be completely over, and Hakta will have fully taken over this series forever. But also the other, you know, Occam's razor explanation is he's literally goofing, and we have no explanation for it. And this is gonna be a little bit of a theme as we continue. But I will say that Luffy's awakening powers here are so. They don't play to the strengths that I traditionally loved of Luffy. Like, yes, there have been times when he like when he was fighting Eneru, you know, is a classic example. When Luffy made up a bunch of attacks in short succession, like I talked about in the thematic versus technical fight video over on Best Guy Ever. It's really fun and enjoying and grounding to see like a set bunch of moves that your main character use, and when you just bust that door wide open and they can do anything all the time, like Law sometimes does, it just, at the very least, you know, you can do good stuff with it, but at the very least, it is no longer playing to one of the strengths that was really integral to why Luffy's fights really worked for a long time, you know? So, I'm just saying, I hope Oda doesn't lean too much into that and give him too many totally unhinged powers, you know? But we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so Kaido is not dead, apparently. So Did Thin Layer Bros win the day, or did Pierce Bros? I think Pierce Bros won, but it didn't matter and wasn't real. Vulcanized Luffy, that's got to be Gear 6, right? I'm still coping, bros. Oh wait, you have a problem with critical moments being upturned by surprise moves? You're gonna love this chapter. I'm still a Pierce Bro to the day I die. Okay, who the hell are you? Okay, so the drum thing is happening. Do to to. Why do they translate this as doom da da da? I can read katakana, and this literally says don do to. Don do to. What's with the das? I don't understand. What is this, like authority, you know, changing the authorial intent of putting das when that's clearly the to character? What is this nonsense? I can't stand by this. I would say I'm almost fluent in hiragana and katakana. Some of those weird characters that I don't see that often, like new, you know, in katakana. I don't know what that one is, but I'm working on it. I'm just saying I don't know why they're changing the letters. You know, why do that? Anyway, who cares? Doesn't matter. Who the hell are you? Is this like a Joy Boy type question? Is this like a, you know, one of those kind of metaphorical, like look inward Luffy? Like, what are your hopes and dreams? Like your high school, college plans type ask question. I don't know. The big government spreading good misinformation for sure. For real. So, okay. It looks like, I'm pretty sure this is just like a Joy Boy type question thing going on here. It is a skull face question. Who? All right. Elephant Bros, Jack Bros, it's our time. How nostalgic. That rhythm, Joy Boy. Okay. So what this appears to infer, with almost no doubt left in our minds, is that the fruit is Joy Boy. In One Piece, Joy Boy appears to have been a title or a name or whatever that when someone awakens the fucking gum fruit, they get this drum beat in their heart. Okay, that is just pretty clearly what's going on here. We do need that elephant gif of him stepping into Wano. Wait, is he in? No, okay, he must be outside Wano. Yeah, those are like the statues from like around Wano, or the stalagmites, whatever they are. I don't know. Right. It's not like, see, what I want, what would have been better for me, and would have been a lot less prophecy piece, would have been if it's like some sort of nebulous title or whatever the fuck, I don't know. But now, like, this is super clear. Zunesha, I forget how to pronounce it. Zunesha is like, it's hearing the drum sound, and we've talked before about like the heart, like you can hear their breath goes out or in or whatever it is. Luffy Blanco is still attempting to win, not just yet. He's definitely made of both rubber and Joy Boy. Okay, so Joy Boy is like a title or a nickname, or the name. Maybe the Joy Boy is just the literal name of the character in the past. That's fine. Maybe it's based on that like Haitian god, whatever. Nika is like the made-up one that Oda is like applying to the devil fruit that he's making up. Okay, that's fine. As a geologist, are you a real geologist? That's cool. Those look like the tall formations in a karst landform. Luffy confirmed African American. His N-word pass, both Nika and Nate had. I'm giving him both. He's got both now. So, okay, what am I saying? The point is, so the drum beat is like, it's the thing that Joy Boy had, and now Luffy has it too. That is why Zunisha recognizes him as Joy Boy or whatever. That's what's happening. Don't love it. Anything that's more prophecy piece, not a fan of. I love Inherited Will Piece. Inherited Will Piece is my shit since day one. Prophecy piece is lame and cringe. So less of that, please, but it's happening. What can you do? And I guess I'll say that, like, when Zunisha, look, Oda made up this shit about Nika very recently. Like, I think at the earliest, keep coping about chapter 1, lads. Keep coping. At the earliest, it was possibly introduced. There were like some hints that maybe, and even this is a stretch, at the end of Whole Cake Island with Snake Man. Even that, I think, is a bit of a stretch. So that is the farthest I'm willing to go that any of this shit was like planned or being made up. Beyond that, absolutely not. So during Zou, like Luffy, I can't even remember. Was Luffy could like hear the heart of Zunisha, right? Does Luffy have the voice of all things because he's like the I know that Nika was first mentioned, but like Oda might have had some like nebulous ideas about some powers that he might have had. Yeah, we just don't know. Who knows? So Luffy could hear it. Is it implying that he has that because of his devil fruit? Like, why does Momo have it? Like with Momo, it's just what his genetic legacy, the fact that he's an Odin guy too. Yeah. I just say, like, the fact that this is happening, it's just making me wonder, I want to know, is the raid going to fail? Absolutely. We stand Morge in this chat. This is a Morge stream. We bow. We plead. We simp. We simp for Morge. Whatever Morge says is true. We do not doubt. Doubting Morge is a bannable offense in the stream on my Discord. Dead ass, for real. We kneel for our king. Do you think we'll be seeing other god fruits in the future? I would love it if there's a little bit of clarification from the Gorosei or whatever that like the Nika fruit is not, it's not a literal god fruit. That's like its reputation. No cap? All right, you got me. Little bit of cap. All right, you had me. If you hadn't asked that, I could have gotten away with it. Maybe a slight bit of cap. What was I answering? Something about the yeah, how can the raid fail? We have fucking Jinbei at the wheel, baby. Yeah, just the slightest cap. What was it? Right, Godfruits, right. Have you guys, and I've meant to go reread this. Have you guys been seeing this wonderful theory that's going back and forth? Oh, okay, there it is. I wonder if that's ironic or if that's a joke, because that's exactly what I was going to mention. Not U23. I haven't checked this. I meant to go confirm it myself. It's true, Jinbei does do some of this chapter. Spoiler alert. This God's theory. Now, okay, people should go reread the chapter. I need to go reread the chapter as well. First of all, this idea that, like, the sun god thing was planned, then obvious cope. Now you could say, in the retroactive continuity that Oda is creating now, is Oda going to add, like, 5 gods? Let me say this. I pray to Jesus Christ that he does not do that. I pray to my God, Nika Joy Boy, that he doesn't do that, because that would just be horrible and, like, just more literal Naruto shit. Like, I literally made fun of Naruto for years about that kind of shit. And now, like, the Oda simps are just bending over and saying that, oh, I love it. Oh, yes, please. I love that the series is becoming meaningless schlock. Okay, don't get me wrong. It's not that level yet. But just the more you introduce, you know, the more you eat away at its credibility of being based and red-pilled, as opposed to Naruto, which is thoroughly blue-pilled, my boys. But it hasn't gotten to that point yet. So just know. Just Oda, say the god thing is like a reputation thing. The slaves worshipped him like a god. He liberated all the slaves. He's like Fisher Tiger. Fine, no problem. This sun god thing, I don't know what to make of the sun god thing. I mean, I think it was a mistake top to bottom to introduce. But if he makes it like a reputational thing, that's fine. Because let's analyze, right? This thing of these gods in Skypiea. Remember the gods that were literally worshipped in Skypiea, people. What was it? Or it wasn't Skypiea. It's when they were connected to Jaya still, the Shandians and the City of Gold. It was a fucking snake. It was a goddamn snake, and I can't remember what they called it, but that might have been their god of the sun. I don't remember offhand. I need to go reread that again, because I heard someone say that if you actually just, like, read that chapter, it doesn't even imply that there are 4 gods or 5 gods. It implies that there is one god that is, that was the snake. I can't remember this. I could be wrong. I need to go check it out again. That was, like, the god of the land. Okay, now, I could be wrong about that. I heard that being passed around, and I don't know. Like, people could be literally correct that there's going to be, like, 5 gods, fruits or something. But then again, remember that time that Oda said that there were 5 legendary flying devil fruits? Remember the 5 flying devil fruits, people. Never forget that shit. And then come back to me and talk about how, there's going to be exactly 5 god devil fruits. And then, what can I say? I can't say to sewer slide, but just go for a slide in the sewer, you know? The snake is blue, long, and snake-like, just like Kaido. Can't find the chapter. Oh, here we go. Okay, Dr. Keck, my man, is bringing the receipts. Okay, let's check this out real quick. He has it right here. Okay, let me pop this over. Okay, let's see what we got. Luffy flies now, as does Sanji. Okay, he doesn't have a devil fruit, but whatever. Okay, take the girl to the god. Oh, this is fascinating. Bro. Okay, now, yeah, see, this is why the man has an MD right here. Probably PhD or 2 as well. To be honest, we're not going to get around to this. Luffy represents Jesus. He was normal in terms of power and resurrects as a god. Oh boy, is this what Oda wants to do with this character? Okay, take the girl to the altar. God of the sun, God of the rain, God of the forest, God of the earth. Yo, Dr. Keck, can you paste the next chapter, or just the next page? Do you have the next page on hand? Because I just want to see how they follow up this sentence. Do you have it on, anybody got that on hand? Like, I would pull it up. I don't want to start Googling stuff. That would just take a little bit of time. It's just that I think this in no way seems to me to imply that there are necessarily multiple gods. See, at this point, I want to go see what the next page says, and I want to see, how they follow up this. Now, okay, somebody said, okay, is this the chapter? Okay, all right, here we go. Yeah, somebody just pasted. Thank you in the chat. I assume this is, in fact, the next one. Looks good. Okay, we offer you the blood of this girl. It's here. The kami has arrived. The great Kashigami. Okay, it's a little open-ended. In the TCB scans page, they have all the chapters. Do they really? Huh. Okay, fast. Well, in any case, we have the two things I wanted here. Okay, now, of course, Oda could choose to fill this out if he wanted to, probably. I think that this doesn't confirm any. Okay, but what's the problem here? What is the problem here? The problem here, as always, is that there are two kinds of readers of a series, like One Piece or whatever. There are two kinds of readers. One that sees a series that sees a moment like this and thinks, okay, what does this confirm? It confirms X number of things. It introduces some possibilities. There is another type of reader that says, what is that? A vague hint of something? It's time to speculate endlessly and make a million fucking theories up and imply all kinds of radical, insane ideas. Four gods confirmed. It's literally right there in the chapter. What are you, a denier of science? Can't you read? Do you not embrace Goda? He's literally confirmed. Okay, like I'm mocking them a little bit because I find this style of analysis extremely tiresome and not very impressive. But it's not even they're totally wrong. They're not totally wrong. I just find that way of thinking leads to a lot of wasted time, and I'm not a big fan of that. I like the stuff that, yeah, like you take elements and you build from it later. Of course, that's going to happen to a degree. You guys know me. I really hate when we go back and we call Goda for something that obviously wasn't like the Haki in Chapter 1. Okay, I mean, not getting into that whole thing. But, this strikes me as very much in that territory. It's not confirmed. And frankly, I want to read the Japanese. This is why I need to have all of One Piece, the Raws in Japanese. Yeah, the speculation is fine. It's just that, look, it's this classic thing. No snowflake blames itself for the snowstorm, right? For the blizzard. But it's like when you get all these theory channels together and they're all pushing crazy wild theories, and there's going to be a lot of like in the videos they say, well, we don't know for sure, but like the titles say things like four gods confirmed, or like Luffy literal god now. Frankly, look, I mean, I'm a guy who would hate if Luffy was a literal god. We don't even know if Luffy is a literal god based on what the Gorosei actually said. He could be a metaphorical god, you know? And a guy like me is like worried about the implications of if he is a literal god, but we just don't know, you know? We just don't know. So anyway, whatever. Long answer to the question of Joy Boy implications. Will there be five gods? I mean, I all I can say is I sure hope not. I sure hope Oda doesn't lean into that. But if he had named the gods in the chapter, I may have if he said the god of the sun, Nika, then I'd be like, okay, we've got something to work with here. But this sure looks like, I mean, I'm not even convinced that this is like a sun god thing. People have said that, oh, it's obviously a connection to Skypiea. I'm not even convinced that it is a connection to Skypiea specifically. Because I can't, did they even reference the god of the sun during the party? I think people are taking pieces from all over the arc and they're piecing it together, like way later. I am not convinced these things are all linked together in any meaningful way. But of course, the theory crafter lives to make those kinds of connections. These people have played Dark Souls many, many times, and they've made careers out of finding poorly explained things on purpose that they can derive connections from. And in a series like Dark Souls, it doesn't even make a difference because, like, the game is intentionally mysterious. It's meant to be vague and not really imply stuff, and all the stuff was there from the start, the bosses that you kill. One Piece is not like that. It is an ongoing narrative with clear goals and stuff. Okay, I feel like I'm getting on a little bit of a tangent there, but anyway, a little bit of a tangent, right? All right, let's charge along, shall we? Look, I love lore analysis as much as the next guy. Well, maybe not quite as much as the next guy. I've enjoyed seeing the new Elden Ring, you know, things, but I like it when they're based on, like, good evidence, not wild speculation Mad Lib shit, you know? All right, anyway. One Piece is 1,046 chapters long. It is easy to make up a theory and use the Bubble Butt Gang to prove it real. Well, I mean, very, very true. All right. Now, see, my Nika Devil, my Hito Hitonomi model Yelling Man Devil Fruit See, instead of a drum beat, I go on tangents. I'm sorry, guys. It's just now that I've awakened, it just takes me on tangents. I literally have no agency in this my own story anymore. It just compels me. It's a god fruit. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I'm the secret sixth god. Forgive me. Incomprehensible chatter. Indeed, that's my ultimate attack. All right, now based Mount Fuji looking great there. Oh, I've been watching a lot of Eurocamp again. Mount Fuji features prominently. Looks great. Oh no. Oh no. It's as if you're right there, Joy Boy. How exhilarating. This all feels like the words that make my heart sink. This all feels like fate. I can't help but think, why do the Japanese have this fucking unhealthy fixation on fate? Why? Oh, God. We should put our faith in this boy. Okay, fine. So I think Zunisha can kind of tell the difference. Like, he seems to be able to tell it's, like, different. Or maybe he can't. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Oh, God. Like, a sprinkling of fate is fine. Haha, yeah, there he is. Even I can appreciate a sprinkling of fate can be a nice window dressing. You know, the Dark Souls style, as I always talk about. There was a general prophecy. You are the one with your own agency. You rise to the challenge among all the undead, and you become the chosen undead because you complete the challenge, you know? That's the good shit. That's the good shit. But, oh, I don't know. Okay, all right. So, feels like, okay, honestly, we can ignore this. Feels like fate doesn't mean anything. Of course, it makes me a prophecy piece denier, a proud prophecy piece denier. I will not accept the mainstream indoctrination of prophecy piece. Not the biggest fan. Okay, let's get to the good part of the chapter, shall we? All the useless stuff that doesn't matter. Okay, we put our faith in this boy. Who, me? I'm Monkey D. Luffy. Okay, all right. I'll say this for Oda. I will say this for Oda. While we've got, he's doing this on purpose, right? The man knows exactly what he's doing. Oh, I love Destiny. Oh, I love that you're the chosen one, Joy, but I love you. And what does Luffy say to that? You gotta give Oda credit for this shit. He says, who, me? I'm Monkey D. Luffy, the man who's gonna surpass you and become king of the pirates, baby. All right, there you go. See? I almost feel in moments like this that he's still that man who took a bite of gum gum and became based and red-pilled and became a sovereign citizen. My man, Luffy. You see, Oda is doing this on purpose. He is giving guys like me the red meat that we crave. That's like, guys, it's still Luffy. It is still Luffy. I mean, I now feel almost totally vindicated that Oda is like, he's doing a deliberate thing of saying Luffy is not going to let destiny control his life. However, we're still dancing a little too close. Even if, I know the duality of man, there it is, Hacked and Oda, all mixed in between. Oh, it's like when Slan, is that Slan, was that her in Berserk, when she was talking about a certain very violent scene, a very unpleasant scene, but she was saying, I always remember this line of hers, that she's like, it's all there, love, hatred, life, death, it's beautiful. Fucked up scene, but, you know, sometimes art's fucked up, you know? All right. So, he's still Luffy. He's still our boy. Love to see that. That's good. Please keep saying Gum Gum. If you ever say Nika Nika no Me attack, Goofy Punch, I will sewer slide live on stream. I'll slide right into the sewer. You'll all see me do it. Okay, let's get through this. I don't know if you guys see, but I like to stay as little as possible on like the double wide ones, because the chat is like impossible to see on the stream. But anyway, whatever. Okay, doesn't matter. There's a little bit of trivia. I try not to look at it too much, or so the chat is visible. All right, here's Kaido. He's looking great. Glad to see you still got that big mouth. Let's see what you can do with it. He's gonna get the suck. Your mind and body are finally able to harness the potential of your ability, and what a ridiculous power it is. Okay. All right, we gotta go through this one at a time. So, all right, what Oda is doing here, he's trying to put in his explanation for how awakening works. That's what he's doing now. It's when your mind and body can finally harness the potential of your ability, that's when you awaken. Okay, fine. I guess you level up enough and then you awaken. So, I guess, I mean, were the guards of Impel Down, were those Zoan guys, were they really at the limits? Was their mind and body finally caught up? Luffy dies, swag 420. Way to spoil the chapter, bruh. Come on now. Were the guards of Impel Down, were they really all the way maximum power level? Luffy defeated them like effort. That was the limit of the cow fruit. Yes, but they were all had COVID, so that's why they were sick. It's on the wiki page, Nate. Wait, what's on the wiki page? I can't. So now that it's here, it's on the wiki page. So now retroactively, everything we've seen has now been made to be Oh, okay, all right. Thank you, I appreciate that. That koala was at its peak for sure. Thank you, wiki. So that's just Oda introducing a mechanic like a little bit early. He hadn't worked out all the kinks yet. He was like, I don't know. Obviously, he had to make up something once the concept of awakening was introduced to like explain how it works. I don't know, man. Whatever. That's fine. Okay, all right. It's just I'm just little mini rants about awakening stuff. It's like, okay, once we learn more stuff about awakening, right? And we're going to learn about a guy like, I don't know, Whitebeard. Was Whitebeard awakened? Look, Whitebeard must have been awakened, right? There is no possible way that Whitebeard wasn't awakened. What does that mean? Were some of his powers awakening? Because, as I recall, we see Blackbeard use, like, all Whitebeard's powers immediately. I don't think there's a single one that Whitebeard used that Blackbeard didn't also have. Is that because Blackbeard was already level 60 and able to evolve into, a Dragonite? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. What else we got? I mean, and again, it's just the rules are so vague. We still don't know anything. Oda can fill in anything. Okay, but I just want to say, am I the villain? Am I the fucking villain when I say, okay, these characters are endgame level. They always were. They must have been awakened. Whitebeard is 0 for 1 to this day. Only Sumfords can awaken. Why? Says who? Am I the villain of this tale when Oda introduces what was a malformed or not fully formed idea early on? I'm always the villain. Fair enough. It's the nature of the Yeti no Me. And then later on, he clarifies how those powers work. And I take that logic that he's introducing back to the beginning, and I say, well, this doesn't make sense. This just doesn't make sense why this happened. Case in point, things like how Ace had like never taken a punch in like a million years because he's a Logia. In the New World. Okay, cut to PCOMs at the end of Fishman Island when PCOM says, hockey exists, Karibo. Nobody gets Logia users who overestimate their fruits end up getting hit a lot and beaten up real good in the New World, because hockey is a thing that exists everywhere, don't you know? Surely one of the chief commanders of fucking Whitebeard would know, right? Oh yeah, Ace just had really good observation hockey. Look, it's just so clearly that he just hadn't formulated all these ideas. And when Oda clarifies how awakening works, I'm marching that logic back to the first instances of awakening, and I'm gonna say this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. And frankly, I love to do it. I love doing it. Oda forgot this because he's a senile old man now. Hello, Fidelio. Hey, Fidelio, are you Fidelio from YouTube? Because I gotta say, I've seen you commenting for a long time, and I always appreciate your comments because you always you seem to come at things from like a different side of things, but you always say your comments with real respect. You put some respect on it. And I always appreciate that, and I'm glad to see you. I assume that is you. All right, good, sick, good to see you, dog. Let me give you a one of these for old time's sake.
Shut up, bitch.
No, that's not the right one. How about this?
Bazinga.
There you go. Okay. What'd you say? Who said someone? One more time. Okay, that's the right one. That's the right one. Okay. What was it? Something about you did say that there's significant more thought and nuance in the execution of this stuff than more shonen. I don't think it's fair to compare this to DBZ or Naruto. look, I will grant you that. I will totally grant you that. We are not at Naruto levels of hackery. We're not even close to Naruto levels of hackery. But as a point of comparison, when we get closer to Naruto level stuff by having like Luffy have a god fruit, I just think that that's a pretty reasonable thing to bring up. Like, okay, we're getting into Naruto territory. I would never say that one, well, unless it, continues marching down shades of Naruto, right? So we just got to be a little more descriptive and not say we're literally, when I say things like we was Naruto now, we literally Naruto now, it's true. That's being hyperbolic and is textbooked. It's an exaggeration. It's not totally true, but Naruto was not basically fine to the end. Naruto jumped the shark. Well, I guess I'll say it really jumped the shark at the final war. Like during the war, it got way over the top and crazy. But even before that, like what about the fact when things were still pretty good when Naruto was fighting Pain, and then when Pain just literally revived everyone who that just literally happened. Everyone is dead, and they just literally revived everyone. That was just peak. I was going to say hacked. I mean, that was a hacked moment for Kishimoto, Not good. And Madara being the villain all along, I thought was a little hacky. Whatever, it was okay. And then, what was the other thing? The fake out of Bunny Girl at the end. There were some funny moments with it, but key shit moment. There you go. I love Madara. Don't get me wrong. He's based as hell as a character, but his role in the story was, I don't know, he was the good version of Kaguya. Excuse me, got the hiccups going on. Obito, whatever. I don't know. He's okay. All right. Anyway, we're talking about One Piece here. Here we go. Okay, time to get to the good stuff. Okay, right. We got more to talk about with this fucking page. We've barely scratched the surface here. So Kaido is saying here, I've lost a lot in this war. My men, my castle, everything I've built here. But I suppose it's the same is true for you, huh? To which Luffy replies, I'm not through yet. I'm taking back everything you've stolen, no matter what. Now hang on a minute there. Let's compare the losses of these characters real quick. Oh yeah, that's right. There's a certain character who's literally dead. And he is about to fucking die. Yep. So Zolo died. Rip. Zoro's dead. Rest in peace. This is the thing. Luffy has literally 0 casualties. And, it's a shonen manga. I get it. We're not going to, focus on all the dead characters and stuff. But Kaido has lost way more here. His home base has been raided. Frankly, Luffy violated the NAP. And Kaido has every right to launch nukes and make him his child sex slave. That's just the rules. That's how it works. Sorry, Luffy. I don't make the rules. He simply enforces them. And so he's definitely going to do that at the end when the raid fails. And it's going to be a real road out of perdition for our man Luffy after that. Maybe Kaido thinks Kaido can't think everything's going great. He says that his castle is being destroyed and stuff, And the same, I suppose, is true for you. I don't know. Okay, whatever. Oh, my friends have really gotten beaten up. Oh, they've got beaten up so bad. Ashura Doji dead. An explosion death. Cringe, bro. I don't know about that one. We'll see. Oh, Kiku's arm. That's right. Kiku lost an arm. Wow. Yeah, Kaido's lost a lot more. Okay, whatever. Let's just take a moment. Let's just take a moment to focus on. We are fighting a Yonko crew right now. Okay, one arc ago, Luffy's crew, again, they weren't at full strength. They didn't have a lot of allies. Not in their wildest dreams did they think of, overthrowing the Big Mom Pirates. Okay, they did have an assassination plot. That was a very specific plan to assassinate Big Mom and catch her off guard. That was a one-time chance. That is totally different than a raid and a full frontal assault type of thing, Numbers, jobbers, Tobiropo, basically jobbers, glorified jobbers for sure. Whereas if this were fucking Alabasta, maybe they would have got some fucking better fights. I don't know. This is why the raid will fail, baby. It's gonna happen. Yeah, that would be something. What if it did? Just for a moment, in your mind's eye, picture the raid failing at this stage of the game. Oh, Goda. Oh, Hakta. Truly the balance of things. Perfectly balanced, as all things must be, between Hakta and Goda. Oda's a senile old man. He forgot all that. You're absolutely right. I'm just saying, this raid has gone unbelievably swimmingly. Yeah, we're about to reach the halfway point of Wano, bros. It's feeling good. It's just gone so good, you know. It's gone so well, and you feel like it should be harder, you know. It's like we were talking in the server earlier today about how like there was this really great sense of tension as the Straw Hats, like when they beat Enies Lobby. It's like, okay, the Straw Hats, they barely pulled out that victory. Like Luffy versus Lucci, that could have gone either way, but Luffy just dug deeper, man. He literally dug deeper to his awakening of the Hito no Mi model Nika, and he summoned the wacky Goofy power to defeat Enies Lobby, man. I love that. It was my favorite part of the arc. That was so fun. Just fucking kill me. No, it was good. It was based. And he barely won, and that was great. Okay, after that is even before that, there was Long Ring, Long Land. Admirals are way stronger than Luffy. After that, Thriller Bark happens, right? They don't even they do defeat Gecko Moria barely, right? I know, pretty funny, right, bros? Some people literally think that happened. They literally want that to happen. They like retcons. They think it's fun to retcon things. Okay, moving on. I can't get bogged down in that. What was my point? Thriller Bark happens. They barely beat Gecko Moria, and then Jesus fucking Christ, another Shichibukai shows up, Bartholomew Kuma, who's probably stronger than Gecko Moria, and they have no chance of defeating him, no chance of beating him, and like we're forced to take this devil's bargain, which honestly I think Zoro got off a little too easy on. Like, I love the moment. But, like, let's consider the actual cost that Zoro paid. Literally nothing. He hurt for, like, 1 day and then rested in bed for a while. That was the amazing price that Zoro paid. Okay, he was strong enough to endure it. Okay, great. Great moment for him. Not a lot of cost paid. But the point remains. They could not overcome that, challenge by normal means. Kuma was stronger than them. At least in the situation that they caught him in, you know? It's true, Zoro does lift. That makes sense. But that's the thing. Then we get to Shabondi, and the feelings that we've been building up here for a couple of arcs, it happens, and they're just totally defeated. Yes, we know that Kuma wasn't, like, really against them. He was actually saving them, but, like, they could not have defeated Kizaru. Rayleigh saved them along with Kuma, so that was fun. I like a lot about Thriller Bark. I do. Not everything is great, but, you know, what can you do? Zoro got fucked up in Shabondi. I mean, it's true. Everybody got fucked up, you know? And Shabondi was just peak. It was peak shit, man. And I know, imagine sailing the sea for decades, and then some kid from the East Blue sets sail on a raft, and in 2 years is knocking out Yonko. Yeah, see, that's the thing. And I am not opposed. I am not opposed to them defeating Yonko's outright, as long as it's justified. And of course, Oda has done a lot to try to make this justified. Because I will again give Oda credit. This is different. He set up a bunch of stuff so that they could have allies to take on Kaido's forces. The full Straw Hat crew was there, okay, as opposed to Big Mom. Different situation there. Whatever, Kaido had been set up as like their antagonist to take down for a long time. Okay, that's fine. They have allies. They've got the samurai allies that we've met for a long time, that we've been building up, that we've been collecting. Okay, that's fine. And we get, with Kaido personally, yes, we have other supernova allies with Kid and Law. That's good. And Zoro, you know, too. But even more than that, I really like the Red Scabbards coming in as the Tsunachi, as the will of Odin, the inherited will, you might call it. Almost like that is, and how like the bond between samurai and lord is something that like, sort of like hockey, becomes like an actual tangible power in One Piece, and it doesn't need to be quantified, it doesn't need to be described, it just needs to be vaguely alluded to and subtly hinted at. That's what I'm fucking talking about right there. That is how you explain Luffy taking down Kaido with the help of the Red Scabbards. That shit is Kino. I think Odin was a little overhyped, but at the very least, it's kind of like when I watch Spider-Man No Way Home. I don't give a fuck about Spider-Man's friends, but Spider-Man gives a fuck about his friends. And when he loses them, I care because he cares. And so I care about Odin because the Red Scabbards care. And I like Odin a little bit. Okay, whatever. Just a little bit overhyped. A little bit too fucking dick sucked in the narrative for my taste. Anyway, point being, Oda has done work to make it go down. But again, the cost that our crew has had to pay has been next to nothing. And I noticed that, you know? I noticed that. But what can you, and of course, and again, at the peak, I've said this before, but at the best of times in a shonen, when a main character pulls out a new power, literally out of their fucking asshole, put aside all the retcon stuff, just when they get a power up right when they lose for no reason. This is just exactly what happened in Yu Yu Hakusho, only, well, it's not quite as bad, but very close to as bad as that, and that was an extremely hack piece of writing right there. So I'm just being consistent. So what can I do? Anyway, I don't want to get too sidetracked on that. Point being, Hakta, I'm feeling your touch a little bit here, but I wish some of the stuff was a bit better set up, but okay, whatever. Fighting is fun. I like Goofy Luffy, mostly. Let's see how the chapter ends, and we will come back to that, Okay, we'll come back. Inherited Vil versus Lingering Will. Now we're having a conversation. Wait, I gotta play my one for that.
Anyone from the organization who'd like to be next?
That's what my boy Luffy's gonna say when he kills Kaido. LKK is happening, boys, and it's gonna be great. Okay, that's what he goes out with, and, okay, what's happening next? Okay, so Luffy's winning, he's facing no negative repercussions whatsoever, and just you fucking wait till the end of this arc when they say, whoa, Luffy, you've drained your lifespan, assuredly, oh, you've lost time off your life, Goofy Luffy, by using your Goofy Luffy powers. I will laugh, I will seethe, I will cope, I will sneed out of my fucking mind, and you will all know that I predicted that shit. All right, so here we go. So here comes Kaido slapping Luffy's shit up. It's going to be good. Meteor shower. Luffy's getting completely obliterated once again. Oh, those are different parts of his body. Oh, I get it. Luffy, why can't you dodge? What happened to your hockey, my man? Okay, here comes Luffy with the... Oh, Jesus. So punching him. He's doing like a Gatling type attack, I guess, right? And he's making these, oh, God, these horrible. Oh, he got rid of his lifespan. That's huge. Oh, it's so huge, bro. Absolutely right. You're right. I forgot about that. Okay, so again, like, if Luffy is making Kaido stretch, see, this is my thing. Isn't this, like, gonna deal less damage? Thin layer Chads, it's confirmed, bros. Thin layer Chads, I fucking kneel. Yeah, Luffy's heart is doing overtime. When you make something stretchy, it actually would hurt less, would it not? This power makes no sense. Okay, whatever. I don't know. Okay, so here's Luffy. Huh? Cough, cough. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, no, he had to vape real quick. Mind if I hit my vape? Direct quote, Monkey D. Luffy, chapter 1046, Raizo. Okay, so he's fuming, he's vaping. The castle's gone up in flames. Whoosh, whoosh, wah. Okay. That means thousands of your men are trapped in the Inferno below. Now, who's saying this? Is that Kaido saying that? They're going to roast to death. And this exclamation point, I think that's coming from Luffy. It seems like I think Kaido is saying this. Okay, and then Luffy is like, I left everything I own in one piece. It's my treasure is yours to find. But you have to eat the legendary god devil fruit, Hito Hitonomi Model Nika, first. If you do that, you're golden. Okay, so whatever. Luffy's doing his thing. If I'm not worried about it, I just have to focus on fighting you. This is classic Luffy stuff. Leave it to, my job is to fight you. I trust my friends. They'll win, which is a slight bit of neglect. But these are the people who tell me that, oh yeah, Luffy would definitely go and help Fishman if they're going to interrupt his, oh, we're getting attacked. We're getting raped and pillaged right now, Luffy. Luffy don't give a fuck, no. Luffy ain't going back. All right, so he's going to run and punch him. Devastating Gust. Swing. Okay, right, he does have these attacks. Whoa, and Luffy does the silly pants up. Who did I see do that before? Probably Popeye has done these type of things. There's like, oh, the Mask, right? It's the Mask did that, for sure. Okay, so on we go. Betty Boop, yeah, for sure. Betty Boop can drop it low and pick it back up, just like this. Pretty impressive. All right, time for Kino piece. Everything up to this point has been a joke and doesn't matter. We're on to the real shit. Real shit is happening. It's time. What's going on? Oh my God, Fire Bros. Holy shit, I've been waiting for them to address the fire for so many chapters. Thank God that this most compelling narrative is being given so much screen time in this chapter. Raizo Chads, it's time. Okay, here we go. Everything's on fire. Nami, you're okay. Oh man, if only we had a character that like had like, you know, maybe like some ice powers that could like put this out or something so that we don't have to spend time on it like this. Okay, no, that's fine. Okay, they're looking for people. They know where everybody is. Think they might be trapped. Seriously? Oh my god. Okay, Onigashima is a pyre. They're gonna blow up or something. They're gonna die. Okay, basement interior. What's going on? Fire. Damn it all. Who is that? I don't care. Beppo. Oh my god. What is this? This is big Ack energy right here. Beppo was saying Ack as he's literally dead. What a great character, Beppo, huh? He's dead. Don't care. You're a real pain, Beppo. Oh, look at it. Dragonus team. Embarrassing. Oh. Spear. Penguin god. Spear weapon confirmed. Damn. Think of the reach on this man. He's clearly untouchable in combat. Very impressive. All right. They want the captain to save him. Now, as we've all established, Law has 0 energy left, okay? I mean, I don't think Oda could have been any clearer about this. The man is out of energy. He can't do any more spells. He can't do any more attacks. He can't do any more shit. It's over. All right, no more abilities from Law. So, Oda, I'm glad that you made that super clear, that he's got literally 0 energy left in the tank. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right, basement. Straight from his mother's basement, here comes Brook. My lord, how awful. You must have suffered a lot to end up like this. I'm actually not a burned corpse. Okay, now this is Kino laugh piece. Laugh piece is happening. I'm laughing. I love to see it. I actually laughed at this. All right, Oda. All right, you got me. This is actually funny. Every fucking time, man. This is truly a Warai Banashi. A skull joke, bros. What did it take a bite of? It was a bite of, oh shit. Is it Yami? No, Yami, Yoru no Mi? I think. Anyway, hilarious. Love it. Okay, this is good. If this was the point of the chapter, then I get it, Oda. Yomi. That's it. Thank you. Okay, we have to find, so I love you, Brook. He's very upset about being dead. Brook's dad jokes or grandpa jokes. They're definitely important. It's going to be the Nika model dead dude, model Skelly man. It's going to be great. The skeleton Zoro saw was Brook. He was simply hallucinating. Keep coping, bros. I'm coping as well. Okay, so Robin's like, oh, we're all going to die. So Robin's like, yep, I accept death. Sounds good. Now, Robin could definitely get out of there. Robin's got wings. Robin will live. Abandon them, Robin. Sacrifice your friends. They don't matter. Bail on them. Save yourself. Protect that bussy, because that is prime real estate right there. So don't be losing that shit. All right. More rock piece, fire piece is happening. Okay, we got some. What are these? We got some huas. She was a hua. Oh man. Okay. When Sanji was talking to Queen, and Sanji was like, how could you beat her? How could you hit her like that? How could you beat her to death? She was carrying your child. A queen, she was carrying your child. And Queen just says, 1, she was a hua. 2, she hit me. Ralph Bros, where we at? I know you're out though, Ralph Bros. Okay. The man did nothing wrong. We will walk in eternity. What we do in life reverberates through eternity. This is Talking Sopranos now for the rest of time. I don't even talk about the rest of this chapter. It's time to analyze Ralph Cifaretto. That's my man.
Good, right?
Koi's play, thanks, buddy.
Easy money!
All right, here we go. Okay, so he's got his huas. That was my JFK. Yes, absolutely. That's the character I'm referencing. Okay. Basement. EB. Why does this character say EB? Why can't they talk? I guess their brains are all fucked up. I don't know. It's a mild burn, my man. Man up. Break the wall already. Before we both die. Who cares if it costs you an arm? There's no point in having big body if you don't use it. Now, I know a guy who's pretty good at making explosions, you know. Almost every arc does have a ticking time bomb. Let me think. Yeah, I can't even think of one that doesn't. Enies Lobby had the initial time bomb of Robin being taken away, and then like the secondary one was the Buster Call going on. before that, Skypiea was, you know, fucking, what am I saying? All the big ones since Alabasta. I think they have literally all had one. Yeah. Fisherman. Oh, well, yeah. Well, Fisherman Island had one late in the game. It was dropping the Noah's Ark on top of it. Okay. Anyway, who cares about this? Don't matter. This is a joke character. Has this guy died like 5 times this arc? Kaido's cousin in the left panel. Very handsome mustache. No. He's one of these fucked up giant guys. The numbers. God, remember when the numbers were first introduced? Were you guys watching the podcast when I did that? And I said, oh man, I'm finally, Kaido is bringing in the meme men. There was no mention of the Toby Robo at the time, and I was like, oh, thank God. We're bringing in characters that are going to be intimidating, that are going to be impressive to the narrative, that are going to be a major challenge for our crew. Oh God, that was a great moment, you know? Okay, cut the Toby Robo. Literally cut them. Just make the Toby Robo not real. Put that all on the numbers and make them real characters, you know? Oh God, what a disappointment the fucking 100 Beast pirates have been. I mean, there's things to like, sure, but just compared to other crews, even recently, what a fucking flatline. The Big Mom pirates just look rosier and rosier. Oh my God, the fascinating crew dynamic. The fact that they're all literally biologically related to Big Mom. Their individual power sets, so creative. Paramecia bros, oh my God, yes. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, 100 Beast pirates. I think you mean the Animal Kingdom pirates.
Shut up, bitch.
And of course, Katakuri, indeed. All right. Okay, now my favorite attack. All right, we've been waiting for it. It's time for Pop Green, bros. Here we go. God Usopp saving the day. Lethal Green Star Sprinkler. And it's on fire immediately. You're wasting your energy, sir. Okay, this is a minor laugh. Not as big a laugh, not as big a laugh tail as the Brook joke, but I appreciate it still going on. Okay, we're doing a little bit of situational establishing piece going on. Okay, that's fine. I'm glad Oda acknowledged this. What, like the fire stuff? That Usopp tried. I mean, sure. I'll wrap up my thoughts on this whole fire arc when we get there, but let's see where it goes first. Shut up, I've got to do something. I made a promise to Izo. Is that a thing? Because I could just be forgetting. Maybe that's why you like it even more, Takuto. Did Usopp promise to Izo to, like, stop the fire? Was that a thing? Okay, then yes, that should be acknowledged. I agree. Now, he could have just not had that exactly, but okay, whatever. I'm going to save Keen, Kiku, and myself to boot. Don't forget about me, sir. Oh, who could forget about you, Hamlet? You're a based god. Okay, Frankie with fully alive Zoro. He's looking great. That's what Frankie's yelling right now. Someone please help this man. Okay, so he's whatever. He's running. He's confused. Same with every character this entire chapter. Oh, he promised Izo to save Kiku and Keen. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not totally blown away by this. Man, remember Ulti? She was sure doing something for a while there. She could have been a cool fight, you know? Remember how Big Mom just literally removed her from the narrative 100%? Oh, Oda. All right. Zoro's not going to make it. Okay, who's going to die? And he's going to die. Oh, God. It's just like, okay, Big Mom's fight was based. But why'd we have to, like, cuck Nami and Usopp potential fight, you know? That could have been cool. Okay, whatever. All right, moving on. Save us, big bro. All right, everyone's gonna die. Okay, we got it. They're crying, they're whining, they're dying. Okay, all right. What's his name? They call him Boss Jinbei. That's the theme song for this guy, without question. Boss Jinbei. And here he comes. He's gonna do it, bros. What's happening? I'm grateful that you agreed to put your faith in me, Boss Fisher. There it is. You cucked us out of a 2v2 with Nami and Usopp. I know. And remember the last 2v2 that Usopp was involved in? It was a little thing called Miss Merry Christmas and Mr. 4. And it had some of the original Usopp Kino. Usopp had to use sneaky strats. He had to use his brain. Remember using your brain during fights, Chads? Fellow gods. I remember that. Literally faking out Mr. 4 was based. I loved that. It was a little goofy, but it worked. It worked for me, man. All right, moving on. How could I possibly doubt you? You're a samurai. Look at me and all the personality I'm showing. I am vaguely good. I trust you, samurai. Aren't I a bastion of personality? Aren't you glad that I'm a permanent member of the Straw Hats? I'm not going to take up any unnecessary screen time at all. Ha ha ha. I absolutely love that. All right, let's see what he's got for us, though, boys. This is Boss Jinbei. He's coming in. He's coming in. He's a good person who does good things. What more could you want out of a character? Usopp versus Chu. That is, I mean, because Usopp's level of terror going into the Chu fight. Yeah, it's like it's a subtle kind of thing, but you gotta love the sheer level of balls that Usopp had taken on Chu. You know, that's a fish man. That is no fucking joke. And Usopp was just some dude. Anyway, yeah, we're crewing real hot here, boys. Okay, here we go. Raizo, this chapter is called Raizo. Surely this chapter shall rival the godlike Raizo chapters of Zou, right? Let's see what we got. Okay, here we go. Usopp, yeah, it's true. Usopp had 0 powers. He had sneaky snuff. He was a pretty good marksman, and he had a fucking hammer, a small hammer at that point, that built up to everything we see later. All right, anyway, here we go. Ever since that day, I swore that if there was ever a specific large inferno that I happened to be in, I would be armed with an unreasonably large amount of water. Like, not all the time. I would actually specifically acquire it at a part of the narrative, so I would have it for a situation, you know, that was I swore that day I would always have an ocean of water at my disposal. Luckily, I have the perfect devil fruit that allows me to do that, even though I could have just had that as a function of being a ninja, and none of that was necessary. But thanks, Oda. All right, yes, this is a Goblin Slayer type moment. It's true. Goblin Slayer did this exact same shit. Stop ripping off Goblin Slayer, Oda. Stop it. Write your own manga for once. It's the human fruit model, Water Boy. That's what's happening. Okay. Ever since that day, I swore vengeance against fire. Therefore, I did this. Okay. I couldn't protect my lord, Odin-sama. Meanwhile, Momonosuke almost burned. Now notice how no one actually died in that fire. See, for all the trauma of this fire, like, you know what Raizo should have sworn an oath to fight against? Oil. He should have sworn a vendetta against oil that they boiled Odin alive in forever. He should have banned oil from the Kozuki clan forever. He should have made it his sworn duty to defeat oil into all its forms. This man should never lube up. This man should be dry and crusty for the rest of his life. No oil in his food. He kills Italians. If you're Italian around Raizo, he will kill you. That would make a little more sense, I'm just saying. No one died in the fire. I remind you, no one died in that fire. Mamma mia. I know, get the fuck out of here. Raizo doesn't like seeing that shit. Butter chads? Nope. All right, despite my ninjutsu, I couldn't protect them. Yeah, okay, whatever. Like, no one died in the fire, man. Specifically Big Oil. Yeah, Big Oil, man. No good there. He's on a quest. All right. Petroleum products? No, thank you. Although, what kind of oil do you think that was? Like, it's not, they don't have, like, oil refineries. Was it, like, vegetable oil? Was it cooking oil? I'm very curious now. I'm very, very wondering. Did anyone die to the ice Onis? Bro, no. They didn't do shit. Maybe some mooks, you know? Maybe some generic dick oil, toad oil, hair grease. A lot of that. Soy oil. That must be it. Definitely that. Remember those fucking guys, the Ice Brothers, what are they called? The Yeti Cool Bros or something? Do you remember the Yeti Cool Brothers? Man, they will never show up again. Oh, what memorable characters. All right, moving on. That's how I look at Jinbei. Every chapter. All right, I kid. Okay, so it's Zou, Inarashi. Man, they even needed to include, like, specifically where he specifically got the water from. It's not like this man was on the sea for an extended period of time and could have gotten water from anywhere. He got this super water specifically from the rain that Zunisha does on its... Like, why? Why would you even get it from there specifically? There's so much water available all over the place. I am very confused as to why Oda thought he needed to clarify where he got the water from specifically. But okay, that's fine. It's not like it's a problem. I just find it strange. But that was, hey, who pledged? That was Big Wide Fur. Thanks, buddy.
Easy money!
It's true. Like not only is in real life the vast majority of the world is water, like in One Piece, even more so to the nth degree. Okay, but here we go. Okay, he got the water from here, I guess. For some reason, Oda felt the need to clarify that. I will not allow the men who bravely joined our raid to die to a mere fire. Now, as we've established, Raizo don't give a flippin' frick about no fire. He thinks it's nothing at all. His heart burns too hot to die to that shit. So, sorry for the delay, everyone. Prepare to be doused with an unbelievable supply of water that I got from this very specific place for some reason. Ninpo scroll jutsu. Nin elephant bath. Okay, and here it comes. Now, Raizo's cool, and I like his powers sometimes, even though they're, like, rarely ever used. Big water restoration! Okay, and Jinbei is swimming like a king. Okay, how immense. Here's I, Boss Jinbei. They call me Boss Jinbei. And, he's about to throw it back, in a manner of speaking. We was Fishman's. Fishman Jutsu, Ocean, Current Shoulder Throw, right. He's like a sumo guy, that's his thing. Okay, now this looks cool, you know? Considering what's going on, I think that this way of handling... I've always thought that Fishman, fucking, what do you call it? Fishman Karate is really cool. And I actually really like seeing Jinbei use it. He kind of just doesn't use it that much. And I wish that he would more. Like, remember that time... When was that? When, that might have been... I don't think it was during Onigashima. I think it was way before. When Jinbei did like he would make like spears of water coming out of the water to like pierce the ships or whatever that was. That was awesome, man. I really like those powers, when he uses them in cool ways. And yeah, I mean, I was thinking before, like, why can't how does Kaido counter this man using this big water and Jinbei like trapping him in water and then they, I don't know, slap some sea stone cuffs on him, you know? And look, the Jinbei thing is exaggerated for comedic effect to a degree, but I just feel like I was annoyed with Jinbei's introduction a little bit in that, like, they delayed his joining past when I thought it would have made sense. I also think that his personality is quite boring and that the crew is already overloaded and we do not need him, and that a way better role for him would be as an ally like those other guys that joined during, like, Dressrosa. And there's one other reason. What was it? Something about... Nah, whatever. Those are my main reasons. The Devil Fruit water shit sucks and always had made no sense. Yeah, I guess. Pretty much. Okay. So there he goes. Whatever. The point is, Jinbei's awakening his fish fruit, and he's throwing everybody. But Jinbei loves everyone. Does he, though? I don't know. Oh, that was the thing. Big Widefer. Big Widfer? Whatever. Yes, it's that Oda... Jinbei was another big dick-sucking character by Oda. So it's like, culminate with my, like, I'm just not that impressed with Jinbei. He just won't fucking join the crew, even though there were several times when he really should. And then he finally does, and I'm supposed to act like, oh, he's the best, and then they just keep sucking his dick over and over. It's annoying. Widfer. Okay, thanks, buddy. All right, that's it. Whatever. I don't even dislike him that much. Frankly, I'm glad that he's finally in the crew so we can put it behind us and stop dwelling on it. Yeah, the water limitation never really did much. Boss Jinbei. All right, so here comes the water, boys. He's throwing it. So whatever. Fire's happening. Okay, yawn. Okay, okay. Here's the water. We addressed the problem. Here's the solution. Luckily, Raizo had the specific thing on hand because of the trauma of the fire thing. Okay, whatever. Fine. It's fine. Please don't be too late. I hope this doesn't kill everyone. You could have done this before, Raizo. Well, I guess he was fighting what's-his-face. And maybe... I don't think he needed Jinbei to make this happen. Like, just... Like all Jinbei did was direct it one time down this way, right? Like, if he just shot the water this way, would have done the same thing, right? Flood every corner of the cat. Okay, whatever. All right, they're flooding him. It's great. Okay, here's Killer. He's going fa, fa, fa. He's practicing his scales. Fa, re, mi, re, fa. They're carrying him for some reason. Okay, everything's fine. They're going to die. Oh, no, we're going to die. Oh, it's the water. Okay, we're saved. Hurry, Momonosuke. Okay. Now let's just address the fire thing because we're done with it now. It's not like this was so bad. My criticism, it's not even much of a criticism. It's just like, God, there's so much to get through. There's so many important things happening right now. I just feel like this really wasn't necessary. And Oda, like, made this problem. Like, if Oda just didn't address this and the fire thing just, like, didn't... Like, we already dealt with, like, the main fire-spreading thing of that spirit, whatever it was. And, like, Yamato dealt with, like, the main thing. We could have shown, like, characters being like, oh, okay, you know, we put out the fire. Or you literally just don't address it again, you know? I don't know. Kazunbo, yeah, thank you. I don't know. It's fine to mention in some way. Whatever. He handled it this way. Okay, we're past it now. It's not even that big a deal. It was a slightly confusing diversion to focus on, but whatever. It's there. It was addressed. Done. We're past it now. Fine. Like, the level of tension, it's like this other thing with One Piece that, like, no one ever dies. So, like, I never felt for a single second anyone was going to die to this stuff. So, in that way, it feels like, you know, kind of a little bit of a waste of time, but whatever. Oda did it. He met his contractual obligations for Fire Piece. Fire Piece is now over. Water Piece ended it. We're on to new things. Okay, fine. Yeah, it is a little weird. He keeps adding, like, busy work for characters instead of just, like, getting the fucking fight done. I would love that. So, your enthusiasm died. Well, there you go. Okay, water saved everybody. Okay, Momonosuke Piece is back on, baby. Yamato Piece is happening. So, Kaido's still alive. Wait, what? Why Kaido is still alive, he says to Momonosuke. Okay, because Yamato is inferring, I assume, that Kaido is at his limit, and he won't be able to sustain his flame clouds for much longer. So now it is immediately becoming up to you, Momonosuke, to make those clouds that you couldn't make before, and make them strong enough to hold Onigashima. It was always our only option, assuming Kaido was defeated, which, you know, one would assume. Okay, so there you go. It's gonna be fine. The water will drown all the Delver uses. I mean, in real life it could, but look, it's One Piece. They'll be fine, obviously. Okay, and now we're done with this. Okay, fine. Like, Kaido, he may in fact get beaten. I guess we'll just address this. He's at his limit. That's good to see. That's good to see this is happening. Like we talked about last time, like, it's making some sense. The man has been fighting for a very, very long time against a bunch of strong opponents. Flashback coming soon as Kaido, like, finally explains his personality. Are we finally going to get a little bit more reasoning? Are we going to get some personality? Look, drunk Kaido was cute, right? That's good. It's adding to him. We really need that flashback. We really need to know what's going on in his head. You know, I need it bad, man. I need it bad. And honestly, we're a little past ripe for that Kaido flashback, man. He can still do it now. Wouldn't be too bad. I think we're rapidly aging. That banana is past ripe and turning brown. No, Nate, no flashback, only more of what's going on the rest of the island again. Yeah, that's all I really want. You read my mind. Let's hope it happens. I mean, Oda loves him a flashback, you know. At least one Kaido chapter for the hell of it. I mean, yeah, I mean, or one last Kaido chapter. Why, though? We're only halfway through one. Yeah, obviously, when the raid fails, you know, in a couple of chapters, we're going to have plenty of time for it. My going theory is that the flashback will happen as he's going in and out of consciousness from Luffy's final attack. Oda's always had the MO of doing the flashback, like, before the big final battle happens. Bro, I've never really subscribed to the, like, along with everybody else, I thought, like, oh, okay, Oda could be doing this whole, you know, act structure of fucking, you know, the Kabuki act structure thing in Wano. Which it does seem like he's kind of doing, to a degree. Like, he did say the numbers, right? Or maybe he didn't. I can't remember. It did kind of look like he was doing it. But considering how long Onigashima has been, I just don't know if he's going to stick with it. I don't know. Like, how much longer can this fucking thing go on? Jesus Christ. Kishimoto kid out Oda and is pending the series in secret. Indeed. Okay, so Kaido's getting to his limit. Okay, fine. Makes sense to me. Got to do some flame clouds. Fine. And now we turn our attention to the final page of the chapter, where this happens. Onigashima is about to fall. Okay, so what we have here is the possibly literal god, Luffy, grabbing lightning out of the sky. Yes, there was thunder and lightning. So I'm not questioning why there would be lightning there. But Luffy is literally grabbing it. And it's pretty cool. And he's going to hit Kaido with it, maybe? Okay. Let's analyze this for a moment. That motherfucker did indeed just grab a lightning bolt. Zeus piece is here. Okay. Is Luffy Eneru now? well, oh, he's made of rubber, so this makes perfect sense. I don't know why people are saying this thing about, like, he's made of rubber, so this makes total sense. That's not the issue at hand, my man. That is not the issue at hand. It's more of a, like, how is this happening and why and what? That's the real question to be asking right here. So Luffy's gonna hit him. Luffy's looks cool here. I like it. Where can I read the new chapters? Well, I mean, if you go to the Discord, which is linked below the stream, there's like a link in there to the chapters. That's the easiest way I've got to you. Luffy has touched lightning before. I mean, yeah, he touched lightning when Enero hit him and it didn't kill him. Okay, let's look at this chapter. People are linking me it. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is what? This is Luffy getting hit, and like it looks like he's bouncing it away, right? That seems to be the implication here. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's the spear Nika is holding in a silhouette, possibly. That's cringe, bro. That's cringe. Fuck that Nika shit anyway. Dude was holding a spear, whatever. Yeah, I mean, this looks like Luffy deflected lightning, which makes a questionable amount of sense, but, like, I mean, whatever. Like, Luffy doesn't get damaged by lightning. This is a bit more ridiculous here, but whatever. He's still a rubber man. Like, lightning doesn't work like real lightning in One Piece. It works like a little bit of, like, an energy blast. So, okay, whatever. It's fine. I don't have any problem with it. And over here, Luffy's literally grabbing it. Okay. See, I don't have a problem with Luffy, like, touching lightning. I'll tell you what I have a problem with. And One Piece will return in... Okay, I'll analyze when next chapter is at the end. I do have a problem with this. I do. I have a problem with it. And my problem is that it's just more, you know? Like, all my things that, like, oh, I sure hope Oda doesn't, like, you know, do too much with this whole, like, God aspect. I hope he just, you know, he keeps restraining his powers to some degree. You know, I hope he keeps things, like, within some bounds of reason, and that he doesn't make him, like, a literal god, you know, more of, like, his powers are so big and crazy that it's, like, godlike. And let me ask you, okay, here's a question. How is Luffy doing this in his own mind? That's what I really want to ask. As far as Luffy knows, he ate the gum fruit, and, like, something weird is happening now, and things are getting stretchy as weird, and Luffy is like, oh yeah, I can grab lightning now. That makes sense to me. Like, he literally just got this power, and he's like, yeah, I'll grab some lightning. No problem. Makes sense to me. I hate the fruit retcon because Luffy's fruit doesn't follow any Zoan fruit rules. What's his hybrid? Why is he always rubber? Bro, I mean, we've talked about this, but you're absolutely right. It makes no sense. It's complete cope from Oda. But of course there are, like, some, like, nebulous paths Oda can find to make it, like, sort of, like, kind of justifiable, even though we all know it's peak Hacta. But oh, it was mythical, so it's fine. Look at Marco. He always uses blue flames while he's human. Okay, keep coping, bro. Keep coping. Are gears forms? Yeah. Why can Luffy get gear 3 without what was it? Without Rumble Ball? I don't know. Yeah, you can kind of go gears equals forms, which I hate and is terrible, and I pray is not ever really confirmed. Hey, okay, now, Oda calls it the most ridiculous fruit. I can't be surprised with the ridiculous stuff that happens. Okay, now, I'm so glad I made that video, because what's happening here is that old clash. Is that old clash of thematic versus technical. I am so glad I made that video so that I can refer back to it at moments like this. Like you, Magoo, Hetty Magoo, you're being like, this works for me thematically. I don't blame you. That's totally fine to a degree. Yes, he is a ridiculous boy. It's the most ridiculous retcon. Well, that's true. He's the most ridiculous boy. Of course, ridiculous things are going to happen. Me, an intellectual. No, me, guy who's worried about the theme. Guy who's worried about the themes. Or sorry. Guy who is worried about the technical sides of the fight, because frankly, I've always loved that aspect of Luffy's fight. So of course I'm going to apply that here. Let me make this thing here. I'm literally wondering the mechanics of what's going on right now. So, like, how did Luffy come back to life? Totally unexplained. Even in the whatever explanation Oda is going to come up with is going to still be hacked to shit, and it's going to be annoying. Bro, he's rubber, indeed. Literally, why did Luffy think to himself, I'll grab this lightning bolt. I can, like, this is taking things a step beyond the, like, bending the ground, like, yeah, like, look, I'm not saying that this makes no sense for, like, Luffy's new powers. Like, it kind of does. And, you know, oh, it's epic, it's godlike, it's you know, cool in a sense. But he can turn things into rubber. Very true, but kind of lost my train of thought there. My point is simply that, like, this is the most godlike thing Luffy has done so far. It doesn't, like, violate the laws of, like, the things Luffy could conceptually do now, of course. But here's what I question: whether Oda should be having Luffy do things like this, because, and here's the because it is pulling Luffy away from the kind of fights that I think are the most gratifying, the most enjoyable for Luffy to have, because I want us all to not drift off into fairy tale land. I want to stay in technical One Piece world, you know? And yes, there are characters who are very, you know, thematic and whatnot, you know, whatever it is. The lightning got turned into rubber. Sure. But see, you're engaging with is this impossible to do? I'm not saying it's impossible to do. I'm saying, should Oda write it this way to appeal to the greatest strengths of his writing capabilities? And it feels like a lot of the response to that is, well, Luffy's allowed to. I mean, where Oda's allowed to. But that's not my point, and it's a total straw man of like, my criticism here. I'm saying it's all things about, should he do this? I'm not the biggest fan, because I don't think this plays to Luffy's strengths. Like, it's just making Luffy a literal god. He is a literal god here. And frankly, I mean, okay, you put this, here's why. Okay, theme gods, put your hats back on, good theme gods. Look, you put this panel right here against the end of Skypiea, my favorite part of One Piece, where there is all this stuff about how, oh my god, I mean, honestly, it's actually making me like this less and less the more I think about it. Bro, everything about that fight was that Luffy is fighting a god, a pirate from beyond the sea, from the lowly blue sea, has risen to the white sea and is challenging God himself. God with the power of lightning. This lowly pirate whose only strength is an unreal amount of physical power, and he happens to be made of rubber, making him the natural enemy of Eneru, which that's one of those, you get one, Oda. You get one time where rubber was like the perfect thing for the situation, you know. You put that, the best shit in the series, the Ring of the Bell, all that stuff, whatever, and you just compare it to this. You just compare it to this shit of Luffy is just doing exactly what fucking Eneru was doing in that scene. He is a god of lightning now. So, like, what's the fucking difference? Luffy just was that guy. And okay, I know that the reasonable counter to this point is that, okay, yes, Luffy hadn't earned, like, his awakening yet, so Luffy was working with limited abilities at the time, which is true. I know that's true. But I feel like there's a lot of guys who get where I'm coming from with this, that, like, it eats away at this idea of Luffy just being some fuck. Like, okay, do you really think when you go back and you read the stuff that I'm just describing from Skypiea about, like, this is like the entire point of the fucking fight. Luffy is just he's just some Nika from the Blue Sea who rose up to fight a god, and he happened to win through sheer luck and, you know, a little bit of rubber, you know, he was the right man to do it. He was just that Nika who needed to do it at that time, you know? And now we're just being, and now when you reread that, it's going to be like, oh, no, he's a god. He's a god. He's a god too. Two gods are fighting. He's just two gods fighting, guys. What are you going to do? What can you do? You really think that ain't gonna affect your understanding of the fight? Of course it will. Okay, you know what? Maybe it won't for you. Maybe it won't for you. It will for me. And you know why it has for me? Because going back and reading other fights, it has already changed my, like, when Ace fights Blackbeard, the whole time I think, why is this man not using Haki? This is, you know, this is dumb. And again, I am able to compartmentalize to a degree. I'm like, okay, I know this was chronological. I know that it was like, okay, you know, I still don't see how. Are you, Skiji? I'm gonna assume that's in good faith, and I'm just gonna say there's just come on, bro. Do you think that from chapter 1 he planned all of this? I can't even get into it. But what you're saying is that this was planned from chapter 1 because that's when the gum gum fruit was introduced. So, I mean, that's a joke, man. That is a joke position. And yeah, hey, I mean, you seem like you're being reasonable. You know, you're not being too over the top. How was his fruit a retcon? Well, very simple. It simply wasn't the human fruit model Nika from chapter 1. That's how it's a retcon. That is how, because it is. That's all there is to it. I'll let other people, go back and forth with you on it. If you need more explanation, hey, man, go to the server. Feel free to ask. I'm sure people will explain. I will too later on, but I don't want to focus on it too long right now. Okay. Anyway, so we're done. So like again, like it doesn't like again. It's just he's just like eating away at this just because it wasn't. Oh my god. Okay, mean kills. All right, is that a joke? All right, come on. Just because it wasn't planned doesn't mean it's a retcon, baby. Oh my god. What do you think retcon means, my man? What do you think it means? Retroactive continuity. Okay, all right. Okay, first of all, you're really going to tell me this doesn't cause inconsistencies? So even on that point, you're completely wrong. So, I mean, your point is only if it causes problems is there. Okay, you know what? Honestly, look, calming down on my side. I get what you're saying. Like you're taking like the retcon is like it's a harsh criticism, bro. Okay, first of all, you're just wrong. That is the definition is retroactive continuity. Anything that is retroactively changes the continuity. My man, look, I'll tell you the truth that you're correct. The way that Oda did it by saying that the government changed the name of the fruit secretly. So you're right. I mean, that introduces so many issues. Go watch the Talking Pirates episode for chapter 1044. We go over all the problems, and there are many. But it doesn't always have to be a buzzword for bad. In this case, it is bad. It's terrible. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Did I have more points to that? I don't know. It's just it's just very unusual to see that take. And plus, like on every level, it does fuck things up. It seriously fucks things up massively. All right, but anyway, no need to dwell on it too much. I'd be happy to talk to people more about this. I'm always in the fucking Talking Pirates Discord, so I'll pop in. We can go back and forth on it a little bit more. But I think we're done. Yeah. I was just gonna say one thing that the what's my prediction about Yamato's Devil Fruit? What, like, if it'll be, I mean, we already know it's a mythical zone. I don't know. That it'll be like a god of wind or something. I have no idea. Oh, we will check the survey results. Final point on this thing. Just to anybody who's being like, it wasn't a retcon or just anything of that sentiment. Even if you say like, okay, it was technically retroactive continuity, but it didn't cause major problems. I just want to say, really? Really? You're really just going to buy this line that Oda is dropping on you? Like, you really have that little, what's the word, incredulity? Your credulity is too high, and you're getting played. And I honestly just want to make a decent argument to convince you as to why that's not the case. Because it's just not the case, man. It's just not the case. 10 out of 10 chapter, 3 out of 10 reaction. Oof, you got me. Ouch. Also, by the way, I am Oda, so I'm the one writing it. So just so you know, that's also a factor. He's my headmate. So, okay, all right. So we're done. Nate, I'm 100% in agreement with you, but I think the medicine would go down easier if you don't kill him for being uninformed. You're right. I honestly don't like to freak out too much and like laugh at. I seriously want to be a bridge because there are a lot of people. I say this with love. there are a lot of people who are hype poisoned or perhaps hype addicted. And I'm not saying everybody who thinks this is that way. I'm just saying there are a lot of people like that. I want to bring them back. I want to bring them back to sanity. And not everybody who loves hype is like totally unreasonable. A lot of them say like, I don't know, you know, whatever it is. I want to be a voice of reason. That's what I want to do. And, you know, it's fun to dab on the brainlets, you know, I can't deny, post dabs in the chat, bros. It's fun to dab on them, but I don't even want to come across as condescending. I legitimately try to conduct myself in a way that people would just not find off-putting. That is my only point. Thank you, Dabgees, love to see it. I just don't want to be off-putting. That's all. And as a consequence of not being off-putting, maybe some people will be like, okay, you know what? This guy does make a reasonable point. Despite seeing some like lore people try to convince me otherwise, I don't think he literally planned this from chapter 1. And okay, and now that I think that he might not have planned it from chapter 1, there actually are some issues with this change, and I don't actually love all of them. I can appreciate what he's doing it moment to moment now, but it sure is not great that he did this. I sure hope he doesn't encourage other authors to do more of this, you know? There you go. That's it. That's my point, you know? Dabg, he lives forever in our hearts. And let's look at La Color. Wow, so pretty, so cool. Pink Boy, and here comes the god of thunder and lightning, Joyous Boyus. Nate, please, I beg you, make a video about this. The community needs it. I want to, man. I've been thinking of that idea ever since that stuff happened with Big Mom and the whole two-piece debacle. Like, that is one major piece of evidence. This stuff that's happening now, you know, and just the general idea of like people being like overhyped, honestly not really engaging in a lot of critical thinking, which like it's just a manga, you know? It's just a manga. It's not like it's that important or anything. What the fuck is Two Piece? Well, it's the half of One Piece that's canonically in Wano, don't you know? It's this theory that people, you know, think that ever since that one panel of Big Mom falling, that like it's that theory started and ran, and people started talking about it like crazy, that they think actually part of Wano. And part of what I want to do if I make a video about it is lay out my claim that like, I will bet you right now, I will put money down, I will bet my credibility, that's not gonna happen. Half of One Piece, or any part of it, will not be. What Big Mom means is that there is information and hints about One Piece, and the fact that you ever thought otherwise shows a lack of reading comprehension on your part. Wano is the worst arc because Japan sucks. Yeah, there you go. Bet your life savings. I mean, I will put money down. But the problem is I need to get something in return, you know? Someone needs to counter bet me. But I'll put, what I'll do is I will put a deal out there and ask for someone to take up the other side, you know? TCB could have translated poorly. Dude, but that's the thing. Not only, TCB did translate it more on the, like, they think it's just an idea thing there, as opposed to Viz, the fucking hacks. But here's the difference. TCB, the fan subs, they, in their after credits thing, made this extremely useful post breaking down that section, knowing that it could be a theoretically, like, controversial or like, big lore implication moment. And that was such a good idea, exactly because they predicted that this issue would come up, and they went out of their way to try to avoid it. But then the fucking Viz people come along, and they fuck it all up with this two-piece bullshit. And, look, here's the thing. Viz could be correct, but I am willing to stake my reputation that they are not correct because I have basic reading comprehension. And that is just definitely not what was implied with that. Definitely not. Big Mom did not mean that part of One Piece is there. I'll bet you opening your P.O. box again, the Two Piece is real, lol. You know, I've been thinking of opening a P.O. box again, just to have. I don't know. I don't even know what I'd use it for, but, like, sometimes once in a while. Sorry, bro, it's official. You're right, Ed. I apologize. I kneel to Viz. Viz are my gods. Viz has the truth. They inform me of the truth. I accept unquestioning. That's what I do. And see, that's what I want to do. I want to be the critical thinking guy. I don't want you guys to trust me. I want to make a community of people who are all challenging each other to get, like, the most accurate fucking reading of One Piece and shit. Like, none of us generally speaking, are like native Japanese speakers. I would love to get some either native or fluent Japanese readers and speakers who are like around who I can ask questions to if I'm ever wondering about something. And I'm working on Japanese on my own. Do you, Sanchez? Is that true? Well, that's great. You should join the Discord. Maybe I'll make like a separate chat in there for just like translation discussion, you know? I would love that. Sanchez, send me an in the Discord. I will give you a title thing, and then because I want to have people like that around. Maybe I'll make a chat where we could like talk about translation stuff or something. Yeah, I mean that'd be great. I want resources like that around because I want to add something to the discussion of clarity. You know, damn, Long Wool Coat doesn't even read, just looks at the pictures. Excuse me. It's not about what was planned. None of this was. It's about what was planned to not be the case. We know the Gum Gum because it was the funniest power Luffy always gets back up. A twist of this caliber has to be set up over the course of the whole story and not just using the themes of the story to substitute for the scenario. That's exactly right, Mr. Katsup. That is a great summary of the issue. It's that this is a huge shift, and I just, like, I feel this, and you guys probably feel this way as well. I feel like a little betrayed. Like, it's not like a One Piece ruining type thing or whatever. It's that, like this thing that I've staked a lot of, like, my time and, like, energy in enjoying, and the excuse that Oda fucking gives me as to why he's making a bait and switch here 1,000 fucking chapters in is because the world government renamed one specific fruit and no other. Bro, that's fucking cope shit. Embarrassing that you ever thought I would buy that. And again, none of this was necessary. Just be the awakened version of the fucking Gum Gum fruit. That's all there is to it. It's so unnecessary. Again, it's the alpha and omega argument here. Okay, but anyway, I think I finished my point here. I'm betting Baby has the Davy Jones fruit. I mean, now that this has happened, I'm afraid that fucking Blackbeard is going to be tainted with some, like, complimentary moon god fruit. That'd be fucking cringe, man. But then again, it would affect Blackbeard less because Blackbeard's always been the man with the plan. So, like, Oda, whatever Oda is making up as retroactive continuity, which isn't always the worst thing in the world, like, it wouldn't even necessarily like ruin him because he would have planned for it. Like, canonically, Blackbeard would have done the research and planned for it, you know? He could know things other people don't know. What are the contradictions? I honestly, I gotta tell you, just go watch the 1044 episode. There's honestly too many. I'll give you one. How about like the fact that the fact that Luffy now is a Zoan fruit? Again, this is so unnecessary. And we have never one time seen him transform in any way. And bro, that's just, Zoans transforming is the fundamental ability of a Zoan fruit. Every single Zoan in the entire series now has acted in a different way than we are now being informed Luffy's does, because Luffy's is this get out of jail free human god devil fruit that could have anything. And that is, like, again, Oda is doing his best to make it make sense now by, I mean, he hasn't even explained it, but we're the ones doing the fucking brain work to say, oh, well, you know, he had access to that ability just like, you know, like Marco did, you know, it's fine, it makes total sense. But it's just, like, all these exceptions are being made with Luffy's power that were never the case before with any Zoan. It is obviously a retcon. It is obviously a change that Oda has made up to, you know, further whatever he wants to do with Luffy now, which again is super unnecessary. What about gears? Those don't count as forms or no? Well, okay, because I know that Oda did not plan this Nika stuff for a very, very long time. Okay, it's like, if the gears were actually form change, here's another good example. This will be my last one, then I'll wrap up. If the gears are form changes, then Rob Lucci's explanations during Enies Lobby were a false flag operation by Oda, because he knew all along, were a literal false flag operation put there to distract us from the true thing, that he was a Nika god man all along. And that, like, I just know Oda did not do that. That is not what happened. Oda gave us explanations as best he could at the time. And I'll say, and if he did plan it, and it was a false flag operation to mislead us, to distract us from his true plan, then fuck him for lying to us. So either way, pick your poison. I resent being lied to. Okay, but the good news is we weren't lied to. Oda has made stuff up as he went along, and I don't even really blame him for that. It happens. It's a very long series, but I'm not going to pretend I don't see it. I'm not going to pretend I don't see the cracks, you know? The only way this makes sense is that if someone is the same animal as the fruit, then they don't get a transformation unless they're awakened. But see, then Sengoku's Buddha fruit is a thing, of course. I guess I'll say, okay, but the thing is, Luffy is not the human fruit model normal dude. He is the human fruit model Nika. It is a different type of thing. It is not the same. Sengoku transforms into Buddha. Luffy transforms into Nika. Apparently. Yes, it's Cope. Yes, it's retcon. It's weird and doesn't make a lot of sense because Oda backed himself into a writing corner for what he wanted to do now. Okay, now, I could theoretically be proved wrong. Maybe Oda will point out, oh, this, why. It's just not the case. It's not the case. There are too many contradictions. It's really clear. Nika is not a real thing, but Joy Boy is apparently like this Haitian god of happiness and joy that like Haitian slaves had. So that like ties into like this Nika so like it all seems to be wrapped up in the same thing. Nika Joy Boy, this god of happiness. Being rubber, by the way, not part of that lore. Not part of the old Joy Boy lore IRL. Just saying. That's interesting. I don't know. I think the Joy Boy thing like could have been planned to some degree. Like Joy Boy is the name of a thing in like fucking Caribbean lore or whatever. But this fruit was not planned for a very long time. Respectfully, all of your contradictions have been mostly opinionated. Well, Skiji, again, you've got to think that like this is the same kind of logic about that like Haki was there from chapter 1, which. I mean, again, people still argue with me about this. There are clear contradictions in the lore where things should have been, if it always existed, that just prove that that's not the case. It's enough to form a definitive conclusion. There are more than enough reasons here for us to, it's just crystal clear, Oda did not plan this shit. At least to me, I don't blame you if you have a different opinion. I think that you're definitely wrong. And I think that you... it would behoove you to look more critically. And I mean, if I sound this confident, I probably have a reason, right? I've given you a couple reasons. There's more. Go watch the stream. It's a long stream, but, you know, whatever. There's stuff in there you could skip around. I am convinced beyond a reasonable doubt, which is a basis in law, you know. You can never be 100% sure of anything. Okay, that's kind of cope. Yet there are some things you could be totally convinced about. But it's just definitely the case, in my opinion. I'm convinced beyond a reasonable doubt this is Hackta at work. This is retcon stuff. And what do you got there, time? In Fullmetal Alchemist, in Fishman Island, there is a mermaid girl named Nika. Oh, yeah, I've seen the Nika person. And on volume 62 cover, the 5 mermaid girls are above Luffy, and Nika is directly above Luffy there. It's not directly confirmation, but it feels odd retroactively. First of all, they all look identical. Is it even really Nika? Okay, this is... This is no. This is... Okay, last point. Bros, pattern recognition is a hell of a drug. That human brain do be seeking meaning, bro. We do be seeking patterns and we do be seeking meaning in what we see. Please go address the million chapters where there was no hint of any of this and the lore contradictions, and then come back to this fucking Nika fruit person, Nika mermaid girl, who just happened to be directly, oh my god, she was right above, I bet if I looked at that, I'd be like, she's not even above it. That's not even the right fruit, or that's not even, I don't know why I keep saying fruit. That's not even the right mermaid girl. I could be wrong about that specific detail. It doesn't matter. This is all... Beyond a shadow of a doubt, I'm convinced, you know. I feel free to feel however you want. I've made my case. I could not be more confident in it personally. What can you do? All right. I think we're going to wrap up here, boys. And I just want to see, so the chapter thing, One Piece will return in Weekly Shonen Jump. Oh, someone linked me. Hang on. Shonen Jump release schedule. Shonen Jump release schedule 2022. Okay, this is the thing, I think. Wait, is this... Okay, this is 2022. Excuse me. This is week. Okay, 2022 at the bottom. Oh god, this is hard to read. 2022 there. Oh, and is One Piece here? Is this the thing that's like? Is there a one? Okay, this is the One Piece schedule. I'm trying to read this thing. Luffy versus Kaido is the internal battle of Hacta versus Goda. Indeed. There's a break next week. Okay, forgive me. I'm just trying to confirm that for fun at this point. It says in Weekly Shonen Jump 21-22. Yep. On break. Yep, on break. Okay, yep, confirmed. Closing. There it is. All right, boys, we did it. Go on the One Piece Virgin podcast. You can hack to pill them. I would be happy to. I was on there before. I mentioned this last time, I think. I was on before during the one of the Water 7 ones, and I would happily go on again, you know. Good lads. I like Nux and the gang. I should ask him. I didn't know what their release schedule was, because they're cut up now, aren't they? Please do ARC reviews. I will pay. I will consider it, and I would like to for fun. Please have Morge as a guest. Yeah, I mean, okay, next week is an off week. Normally I would read. Will you ever make a Picard video? I hate to say it, but no. You got to go watch Red Letter Media, man. They're covering it. They're doing good work, and I don't want to watch it. I don't. I'm not that kind of guy, you know? I really don't enjoy watching things for hate watch purposes unless they're really funny. See, some people are clown pilled about Star Trek and Picard and stuff. They think it's really funny what's happening now. I've seen them around. I am not like that. I am still sad. I am just sad and depressed when I think about what's currently right now being done to, like, not only a series I love, but like one of my favorite characters, Jean-Luc Picard. The things they are doing to this character. Shut the fuck up. Just emasculating him. Like, fucking up his legacy. Not to mention, just fucking up the idea of the Federation. Anyway, not going to get into all that. I just go watch Red Letter Media's takes on Picard. They're the ones that I look to. And honestly, I even feel a little guilty. I feel a little guilty because I feel like I'm feeding the machine a little bit, circuitously, tangentially, of this shit. I had surgery in 2020, and when I woke up, I cried to my parents about how fucked up Star Trek Picard is. No joke. I bet they told you to
Shut up, bitch!
go to jail. That's hilarious. It is deeply fucked up. We need to outlaw sequels. That's my new thing, but remakes for sure. They filmed it because I rambled like a schizo. Did I tell you, when I woke up after I got my I think I mentioned this before. After I got my oral surgery for wisdom teeth, when I got my wisdom teeth out, when I woke up, like, they were like, Nate, you okay? Like, do you want more like painkillers or something? I was like, no. In my drug addled mind, because I was still out of it, I said, no, I don't need it. I don't need it. It makes me stronger. It's gonna make me stronger. I don't need no painkillers. That's what I said. That's what my mom told me that I said when I woke up, and I believe her. I was not conscious. I told her they would make me stronger to not have painkillers given to me. And she was right. That's why I'm so fucking strong right now. Ah! Ah! No, the meds dull my sparkle. I'll never do it. I swear to God, that's what my mom told me. Turn off my cringe inhibitors. Ah! That was my awakening. That's when it all happened. Okay, right. Morge Bros, maybe. It's like we could do an SBS. Okay. There will be a stream next Friday. Because, you know what? Okay, before we talk about, let's see how the poll ended, shall we? Poll Bros, it's been an honor. Let's see how the poll ended. Thursday, Friday, or Coward. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got going on. But you lose subscriber. What a nightmare. Okay, let's see who won. Poll times. Here we go. And the results are in, and it's, oh my God, here it comes. Friday Bros.
Easy money.
It's easy money. There it is. Stop the count and start the cope. We got to start the count. I mean, stop the count and start the cope. All right. So Friday wins. Thursday, gods, you had your time in the sun, but it's over now. People like Friday more, I guess. Friday's a good day for it. Thursdays are slightly more convinced. And 13% cowardice. Pure cowardice. Very reprehensible. With no opinion on anything. Very unfortunate. All right, there you go. Okay, I'll stick with Fridays for now. I'll keep doing that. I'll try to update the splash page sometime soon. I know, right? How pathetic. Nothing to do on a Friday night. All right. Despite making up 13% of the population, this group commits 100% of the cringe.
Shut up, bitch.
That's all there is to it. All right. So, anything else to say about this? I think we're done here. Was I gonna? Something about next week, right? So the plan shall be, I will try to. There will be an episode for sure next Friday at the usual time. I'll let you know. People seem confused. People don't seem like as completely locked in that Fridays Talkin' Pirate stream is happening. I'll be sure to shove my woman away to make time for the podcast. That's the right thing to do. Well done. And you'll see what it is. It's either going to be an SBS episode, or maybe I'll arrange something. Maybe I will. I'm not going to confirm that. You know, kind of depends on who I can reach out to and what the deal is. But I will give that some serious thought. Might take a little bit of time to set up. I might not have time to get it all ready for then. But I'll let you know. All right. I'll see you soon, lads. It's been a hoot and a half. Let me bring up the meme. Here's our lightning meme. Fascinating. All right. I'll see you next time, lads. It's been an honor, Mrs. Obama. All right, now time to go get laid. It's still Friday night, boys. You got time. All right, talk to you later. Bye.
Shut up, bitch.